Jericho, I walk around. And man, I'm walking today and just thinking what a wonderful opportunity we have. Win or loss, we're in a great situation. And I just want to make sure we're clear on that before I start answering any other questions. Like we are pleased to be here as a team. We're super excited to be where we are. Obviously, we talked about what we need to do to win tonight. I said this before the last game. We need to shoot the ball well, limit their free throws, and limit our turnovers. The one thing we did well, they were averaging over 40 free throws a game against us. We held them to only 23 free throws. And then also our shooting, whatever Isaiah had for lunch, he better have the same thing again on Friday.
Coach, talk about, Isaiah had a big 8 for 9 for the three. I think every time he made a three, he looked at the bench. Was he joking around there, or?
I think that he's feeling a little disrespected the way they guard him at the three-point line, and I think tonight he earned a lot of respect from them as far as a three-point shooter. But what's crazy is if you look back, he was 3 for 10 the first game. 30% is not bad. He makes one more, and that jumps up to well over 30%. So he's not a bad three-point shooter. So I think he takes a bit of offense to them playing off of him the way they have been. But I couldn't ask for better what he did as far as making those shots tonight.
Gary talked about they're playing kind of the Ben Simmons type defense, slagging off Isaiah and Gary, and y'all had an idea to close those gaps. What was that game plan and how effective was it?
Just like you just said, just to close the gap. They're leaving a lot of space. If we tag downhill fast enough, hopefully they'll make them more reactionary instead of them being the aggressor on the defensive side. But it's a passive-aggressive defense, to be honest with you. They're laying back, being passive, but it's quite aggressive when you're making someone make a decision. So us trying to just close up that space and make them make a decision defensively.
After that timeout and the media timeout and then the injury timeout, they went on that small 10-0 run to make it 103-100. What did you tell the team during those timeouts that sparked them to win the game?
We got real sloppy right there. We had a stretch there. It was just sloppy basketball. It wasn't really, I'm not going to take credit away from them, but I will say that we weren't taking care of the ball. We weren't executing. That's one of the things I said before the game. We have to execute. When we get out there and we don't execute, we look very bad and look very sloppy. So and then the one thing we had to do is get it back on the defensive end, get stops. It's not so much about us scoring at that point, but keeping them from scoring.
Coach, you stopped Theo Pinson and Alan Williams from getting their big points. What did you change differently defensively to limit them from doing a lot of damage?
We honestly, there's not a whole lot we changed. It was just being better at what we already do. We were very poor at what we were doing. We were allowing way too many penetrations to the middle. I think we still did tonight, and that's something we can still get better at. But just being more efficient at what we do, trying to be a little bit more aggressive. I still think we didn't have our best defensive outing by far. We can still be better. So hopefully, going into Friday, we can clean this stuff up. We have a little bit of time now, and it's not 2 days later game. Now we have 3 days to prepare for the game, and hopefully that'll be the difference maker. We can clean up a whole lot of stuff on the defensive end.
Coach Hartenstein, 8 of 9 from the outside. Just talk about the tremendous game he had tonight.
He had a tremendous game tonight. It's a great game for him, for sure. I think that one of the things that he wanted to prove is that he can stretch the floor. I have to respect him out there. He did a good job of doing that, and not only that, but I think someone asked me before the game about the differences between the big. It's a big matchup of 2 different complete styles, and it's very true. Alan Williams is a big banger inside who does an amazing job of finishing near the rim, but it's going to be hard for him to guard Isaiah when he's shooting like that, because even if he's getting 2 and we're getting 3 in the end, we're going to end up with more points. So great night for him. Hopefully continue that shooting, not getting overconfident and picking and choosing, getting the right shots when we need them, moving into the last game. This is what you play for. You go to the last game of the series in the finals, and it's awesome. You guys got some great stuff to write about.
What's the first message you gave your team, Coach?
After the game?
Yeah.
I think you probably expect some profound thing, but honestly, I did what we did after every single game. We go through our goals defensively and offensively. Did we reach them, and did we not reach them, and where we can get better? We talked about that, and then just said, hey, regardless of what we did, we won the game, and that's what counts in the end. Now we need to make sure we can get better and build off of this going to the last game. We can't rest on our laurels whatsoever and think that it's going to come easy, because it's not. This is a team that's going to fight to the end. Same way we're going to fight to the end. That's why we're both in the finals.
Coach, was there a little flutter of worry when you guys missed the first four from the outside during the first quarter? Because of what happened on Sunday?
God has a plan. I mean, I try not to worry at all. I just figure it's all going to work itself out and happen the way it's supposed to happen. I know all our guys are trying to do their best. I'm trying to coach my best. They're not trying to miss shots, so it's either going to turn around or it's going to happen the way it should.
Well, as it started to turn around there in the second quarter, you guys were able to build a lead. Things were starting to hit from the outside. Was there a comfort level that you guys reached at some point that, okay, the shots are starting to drop now?
As a coach, I don't think I ever reached a complete comfort level, but I'm hoping that some of our guys felt more comfortable shooting. You get a little antsy, and once you miss a couple shots, you tighten up in the shoulders, and all the shots even get worse after that. So I think that having at least one person starting to hit, which was Isaiah, I think that kind of inspired the other guys to play a little looser and make shots as well.
Coach, Jordan Johnson came off the bench for you and provided a nice double-digit splash. What was the first thing you told him before he got into the game and he started making shot after shot for you?
Double-digit splash, I like that.
You said it was juicy earlier, so.
Well, I think that Jordan, I just tell him to play his game. He's been doing a great job for us, especially in his last couple games. But really, if you look back in the last 6 or 7 games, I think he's had one bad game. And he's really been a spark for us coming off the bench. And his energy and the way he pushes the ball, it helps push our pace as well, has been dramatic. And I think it's a difficult matchup because the difference between him and Gary Payton are significant. Gary obviously is explosive and doesn't push with that type of pace, but JJ, boy, he's like Speedy Gonzalez down there. The way he just runs around and keeps moving, and he never seems to run out of energy, and he loves flexing too.
And tonight the crowd, I was up there. The crowd sounded amazing. I think that was the loudest it ever got in this arena tonight. Just talk about the support of the community still.
We have the best fans in the league, without a doubt. We have the best arena in the league. We have the best ownership in the league. We have been just blessed beyond measure with what we've been able to accomplish here in the community this year. For this to be our last game, I stood it there at half court, and I have to applaud the people for what they've done for us this year. They have no idea the amount of support and energy they put behind us when we play. When you come in a gym like this, you go in a lot of gyms in this league, and I can talk just like I'm talking to you across the court to one of my players. Tonight I'm screaming at the top of my lungs at them, and they don't hear anything I'm saying. I hate it, but I love it at the same time. And that just goes to show, and is a testament to the support we have in this community and how great it is. And, I've been here, this is my 4th year, and I've never seen nothing like this. And it's just amazing, and I'm just super blessed to be a part of this. And like I said, I'm just sitting back and just enjoying the moment. Mahmoud, the assistant coach, came up to me during the game, and he was about to say something. I said, you know what, don't say nothing. Just look up at the fans. Did you hear this? Look at all these people. This is amazing. We are so blessed right now. This is just great. And I just think, I want to look at every camera right now and say thank you all to the community for the support you've given us this year. It has been amazing. We couldn't ask for better. And, it's hard to believe that this is our last game at home, and it's really hard to believe this is our last game in this building because it's been such an amazing year. And I'm very, very happy. You have no idea the fact that we started the year and finished the year with wins in this building.
So prepare the team for a game is a challenge, but as a coach, how do you prepare yourself to be focused, to be strong, and direct the team?
I have my kind of pregame ritual I do every home game, and even away games I do it. And I know that some of you guys might have seen me as you show up to the arena. I show up early and I walk around the arena 7 times. And I can tell you today was really hot out there. But I can tell you also I've been out there in the cold and the rain walking my 7 times as well. In Joshua 6, 1-27, the walls of Jericho, the Israelites marched around the walls. And that's what I do.
Amen.
Declare and knock the walls down and claim this building for us. When I'm on the road, I walk around the court 7 times and do the exact same thing, praying and listening to my worship music and give glory to the person they should go to. And then I come back in here, I do my warm-ups, and I go back in my office and I listen to some more inspirational stuff just to get myself going. I just figured that the one thing I don't want to do is stress before a game. I just want to be as lighthearted as I am at every practice. Some of you guys have been to practice and know that I'm joking and yelling and screaming the entire time. That's the same way I want to be during the games, and I pride myself in the consistency of me as an individual. And, you know, my spirituality is a big part of that.
So, and we are at 2 months for the half of the year, and part of your resolution, you already accomplished some of them, or is in the process, like, be accountable? What do you think?
So, I guess I would have to declare what my New Year's resolution was to say that. And honestly, I had one resolution, and I think you guys will probably appreciate it more than the other guys, knowing you guys was just literally more of him and less of me. And that's what's been, this year, in my opinion, has been the big changer for me personally. And I think that kind of sprouts out to the people around me. I think I try to have a good energy for everyone around me and meet everyone with the same good smile and good attitude and good positivity, and hopefully it transfers over to our team as well.
Coach, if you see guys like Hartenstein, Frazier down here, Clark, can you talk about the relationship with the Rockets you've had as of late in the playoffs, and what those conversations have been like preparing?
You know, I've been fully supported by the Rockets. It's been great. You know, we've had Jimmy Paulus, our general manager, has been down here. Daryl Morey's been down for a couple games as well. And I think that just having their support means a lot. And right now they're at the point where they're just like, just win it. How can we help you to win it? Obviously, having those guys makes a big impact for us. So we're happy to have them down and happy to have their impact. Obviously, Isaiah, you know, he's been an amazing performer for us all season.
Okay.
Thank you.